As some of you may already know, we are going to a 12-team straight seeding college football playoff bracket for next season. I do think this is better for the sport. But just for fun, I'm going to predict the bracket of last season. Starting off with Indiana at Boise State, I think Indiana could get that win at home. I do think it would be a very close game. The line of scrimmage would be pretty even in that matchup. We go down to Notre Dame hosting Clemson. I do think Notre Dame would win that game by a couple of scores. Tennessee hosting SMU would be a tricky matchup, but I think Tennessee's home field advantage could help them win that game. I don't think SMU was quite built for the playoff stage. And although Arizona State was a fun team to watch against Texas in the playoffs next season, they wouldn't beat Ohio State. So now we move on to the second round of the bracket. I would have Oregon playing Indiana, and Oregon would win that matchup. I think Notre Dame would beat Penn State because, of course, they beat them last season. I think Georgia would beat Tennessee again. I think Ohio State would beat Texas. And then we would have Oregon playing Notre Dame in the semifinals. Look, I know Oregon got embarrassed by Ohio State last season, but they had so much rest. They would be coming off of a win over Indiana. I think they'd have some of the momentum back. I think they could beat Notre Dame. Oregon was just a very good team last season outside of that loss to Ohio State. And I would say Ohio State would beat Georgia. Georgia just wasn't the same Georgia team as previous years last season. And then in the national title, I would say Ohio State would beat Oregon. Nobody was beating that Ohio State team in the playoffs, so Ohio State would still win the national title. But look, with this bracket, we would have got some pretty good matchups, and it's going to be a lot of fun next season. You guys let me know your thoughts on this bracket down in the comments below.